Now, one of the areas that people are waiting anxiously to reopen is the Causeway. And Meg Ferris is joining us live this afternoon from that area. So, Meg, what can you tell us about the progress that they've been making there today?
So what we know at this time is there's one lane open for emergency responders. Now, that could be doctors, nurses, police, fire. There's a whole range of people who are considered first responders. Let me show you what's happening, and you're going to see some of our equipment as we do. If we look over here, so as you're approaching the toll area, you've got someone from the Causeway Bridge, or two people actually, and we have seen several cars come up. They check with them, and then they make them go on this side road. They can't go straight. They have to go on the side road, and let me show you. And there's a Causeway police officer over there, and he checks to make sure that you are a first responder. And then what happens is you have to go around the back way, and then they let you on that one lane. Now, what we have is that by tomorrow, what they're expecting is for it to open. Again, limited access, so maybe one lane. Oh, in fact, here comes somebody who's about to be checked right there. You have tomorrow morning, what they're hoping by 9 a.m. is that one lane will be open, and that's only if the ice doesn't reform tonight. So they say one lane because the other lane still has ice on it. So that's what's happening. I know the public is ready to get back and going. And by the way, Katie and Charisse, I checked, and media are not considered first responders.
Oh, so you can't just jump across.
So there you go.
That's unfortunate.
Nope.
Have you been in touch with Causeway officials about what they're thinking, like long term, for getting it back open completely? I mean, you mentioned 9 a.m. for more limited access, but are they concerned about it refreezing overnight, for example?
Tonight, that's what they want to check. Their plan is to open one lane tomorrow morning at 9 if it doesn't refreeze and they have to go back out there and start clearing. But as Chris was saying, with the warming up, that other lane that still has ice on it will start opening up. So they're working. At first they said 8 a.m. tomorrow, then they said 9 a.m. So I think they're just giving us updates as they monitor the situation and what happens with the freezing. You know, it's fluid. It's so hard to tell exactly what's going to happen, but they're getting there.
Now, there's other access to the South Shore from the North Shore, right? Highway 11 is open, is that right?
Well, this is what I don't understand. Highway 11 is open. It never closed because DOTD has been putting the rock salt and the brine and that type of thing on it. But I-10 is closed. So I heard the official talking that Highway 51, if you're coming that way, is open, and 11 is open. But if you can't get on the interstate, you know, to come in on 10 to get downtown and then get on 610 or whatever, you know, what do? I have to look at a map and see. And that's what we've been telling people. 511la.org is where you can look at those maps and see what's open and what's closed. And it's clearly marked. Now, 12 is open. 12, in fact, when we were on it earlier today, there's no even water. It's not even wet. So that is open, but that doesn't get you home to the South Shore. So that's where it stands. I'll find out more next time we talk.
Meg, I have a quick question. You've been out there for the last couple of days and seeing kind of this historic snowfall, and then the time that it's taking to reopen all the bridges and the roadways and to melt the snow here. Just giving your personal thoughts on that.
Well, first of all, to be exact, Charisse, it's been since Monday. And I'll tell you, it is amazing to see it, but you know what? Even though it's beautiful, and I loved watching the little children with their parents and their dogs sliding down the hills in Slidell after one day, and especially if you get back to work and go make groceries and, you know, go about your life, it's kind of a pain. You know, I never thought I'd say that because I always dream of a white Christmas, but I remember when I was a little girl, my brother told me if the Falstaff bulb ever turned blue at the top, that meant snow. And every day as a little girl, I wanted it to turn blue. Of course, he wasn't telling me the truth. But anyway, now I don't want it to be blue. I want I want everything to go back to normal. However, I will tell you the good news is that St. Tammany officials told me they've only had 2 people, one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, that had to pull out of a ditch, but no major injuries. And the official was saying earlier in the last half hour, we haven't had fatalities, and that's so important. But playing in it for a day, that's been fun. But after that, it gets difficult. But yes, I've never seen snow this deep.
We like the slope to visit.
I did miss the 1895 snowfall in New Orleans. I know y'all were going to ask me, but I did miss it.
Never.
No, we would never ask that. Snow is fun when it gets to visit, and we played in it for a day, but after you did that live shot yesterday in Slidell, seeing people out at the Rouses for a little bit of time, and I've never seen the Rouses line like that. I think people just were a little stir crazy and needed to get outside.
Ever.
Definitely. I don't think we're that desperate for snacks.
Absolutely. And they were willing to wait in those long lines for some good processed boxed type cookie food. Yes,
For some honey buns. Yeah. I mean, that's dedication to honey buns right there.
Yes, guarantee you none of that food was Mackie Shilstone approved.
No,
I guarantee you.
No,
it was not.
No. He needs to just cover his eyes and ears whenever things like this happen.
We got to tell Mackie not to come in the newsroom right now.
I know, right? All right. Well, Meg, thanks so much for sharing your thoughts with us. I'm so sorry your dreams were killed with this storm of that blue spire. But we appreciate your live reports over the last few days.
Thank you, Meg.
Thank you.